Hello guys, how are you doing? Welcome back to Cote, or welcome back to yet another live stream on the channel. As you can see, this one is going to be a big one. Ivory Coast against Norway. Let's see how this one will unfold. And as always, if you're going to enjoy our stream, be sure to drop a like and subscribe. I don't know why nothing's loaded onto the screen, so I'm going to quickly have to click one screen, click back on this one, and hope everything else loads in. So give me 2 seconds, guys, just before the game starts. Which screen is that one? If we go back here, hopefully everything else now will start to load on. I don't know why it hasn't already, such as the scoreboard and everything. Ah, there we go, perfect. Well, 2 are loaded in. There we go, that's better, that's better. Phew. Right, so, the penalties aren't here anymore, nope. And Ivory Coast, Norway, here we go then. Bit of a rush to get this one ready. Sorry about that, guys. Just been at the gym and woke up really late today after, of course, yesterday's game between who was playing last night, Morocco and Netherlands, of course. So we woke up really late this morning because that one went on till 5 AM. But it's because we love the game, of course. We love the beautiful game, and we will cover as much as we can of the tournament, of course. Here we go then, going through the starting 11s. And we're going to begin with the starting 11 of Ivory Coast. Why can't I find... What's going on here? Why is nothing working today? Typical. Right. Ivory Coast, Norway. Let's go through the 11s. As I say, in goal it's Fofana for Ivory Coast. Back for Doué, Gosanu, Agbadu and Conan. Midfield 3 of Ulai, Sangare and Kessie. And the front 3, Nicolas Pepe, Yanzi Amanda on the left, and Bonnie up top. For Norway, their starting 11 for this one. Nyland in goal. It's Pedersen right back, Aya, Hegum at the back, Wolfie at left back, or Wolf, however that's meant to be pronounced, I'm entirely sure. Sanderberg in midfield, along with Berg, and Odegaard as the 10. Soloff on the right wing, Noosa on the left, and of course, the main man himself, Erling Haaland, leading the line for this one for, of course, Norway. Let us know your score predictions for me. I can't remember what I said in the prediction video for this one. But I'll go for a 2-1 Norway win. Let's spice it up a little bit. Let's go for that. And 8 people watching. Thank you very much. Do appreciate everyone that is tuning in. And let's have a look in the chat. We've got Daniela Richards. Thank you very much for joining. Hopefully you're safe and well and enjoying the summer as well. Good to see you in here. Can't stay. It's Wimbledon Fortnite. Ooh, enjoy it. Hopefully. Press the like button and I will keep popping in and out. Oh, thank you very much, Daniela. It goes a long way. And enjoy Wimbledon, of course. I know you love your tennis. Right, here we go then. Between Netherlands... that was last night. Between Ivory Coast and Norway, the game is underway. I mean, last night's game is rent-free because it was an incredible game. Kick off at 2 AM, finished at 5 because it went all the way to penalties. And everyone kept missing the penalties. It didn't seem like anyone wanted to win the game. But in the end, it was a fantastic win for Morocco to knock out the Netherlands. And that means yesterday we saw both the Netherlands and Germany knocked out of the World Cup, which is quite a big surprise, really, when you're looking at it in the grand scheme of things, because they're 2 sides where you'd think that they'd go pretty far. This one, I'm struggling to call which way it's going to go, to be honest, between these 2 sides, between Ivory Coast and Norway. I think both have a pretty good shout at being able to get through. But let's see how this one unfolds. In the chat, let me know your score predictions as well. If you want to enjoy, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe as well. Ball with Norway, all in white for this one. And the Ivory Coast, as expected, all in their orange kit. Daniel's going 3-1 Norway. Interesting. Haaland to help Norway on their way to face Brazil. That's the reward for the winner. But not really much of a reward, really, is it? Thank you, bye for now. Yes, no worries. And enjoy Wimbledon, as I say. So, ball in midfield here for Norway. Sanderberg. Fantastic player. And there's quite a few players from the Premier League being represented in this match, which is taking place... where are we for this one? Is it Dallas, was it? I think it might be Dallas. It is indeed Dallas in Texas, United States. I'm not sure if the capacity's right, but it is 34 degrees there right now, so definitely going to be a water break and hydration break needed in this one. It's the first game in a while where we're actually going to need it, isn't it? Sanderberg back to Norway, and I haven't seen too much of these two sides. I saw Ivory Coast's game against Germany. They looked really good in that one, and then of course ended up losing it towards the end. I did see Norway against Iraq, and a big chance for Norway's number 9 header in the box, and it's blocked in front of him. Ivory Coast are going to have to keep a close eye on Erling Haaland throughout this one. A man that just screams goals. I think in the Premier League it's almost a goal a game, isn't it? His ratio at the moment. I mean, that is an absolute joke, isn't it? That is crazy. So, opening 3 minutes. Quite an exciting start here for Norway. Starting off the better of the two sides. Looking to get forwards, but Ivory Coast not suffered any big setback as of yet. Ball on the far side. It's going to be Norway throwing. Let us know how your days are gone. Of course, it is Tuesday today, last day of the month on the 30th. Tomorrow into July. I mean, that's crazy. Over halfway through 2026 as of tomorrow. Just doesn't seem right, does it? It goes so quick every year. Ball at the back here with Norway. Here's IVOIRE. Out to the left-hand side. Into Berg in midfield. Now Odegaard dropping back. He is, of course, the Norwegian captain. Humble forward searching for Haaland. Finds the Ivory Coast defender instead. Welcome in, Locon. Good evening to you, mate. Thank you very much for joining. And hopefully you're safe and well, mate. Let us know your thoughts on the games last night. What was your thoughts in the end on Morocco beating Netherlands on penalties? Quite a big talking point. Here's Diamande for Ivory Coast. Up to Bonnie. And taken out. Goal kick. Norway. Well, Jan Diamande and Nicolas Pepe are going to be two players to really watch out for Ivory Coast in this one. Both absolutely rapid. And of course, I think Amad Diallo starts on the bench on this one, doesn't he? Which is a shame for him, but of course they've got some fantastic wingers to the Ivory Coast. That's one, well, that's position that they are very fortunate in. On the bench they've got the likes of Amad Diallo, Gasend on the bench as well, Simona Dingra also. So there are quite a few really talented players. Jean-Michel Seri, of course, Premier League fans will know all about him and his time at Fulham. Most recently he was at Hull City, wasn't he? But for Norway on their bench, you've got the likes of Philo Asgard, of course, Strand Larsen, Oscar Bob of Fulham as well. So quite a lot of quality on either bench should they be called upon in this one. Of course, the big side waiting for them in Brazil for the winners of this tie, whoever that may be. It is going to be a close match, and it could even go all the way once again like it did last night. Ball on the far side here. Pedersen driving down the wing here for Norway. Back it goes towards Odegaard. Odegaard trying to create something, but he's found his match, and Ivory Coast able to get that ball away on the far side. Lots of Viking hats being worn by the Norwegian fans in the stadium here, and they're having a party in the stands. Why wouldn't they? Absolutely brilliant. Welcome in, Scrinton. How are we doing? Norway to win 3-1. Interesting. I've gone 2-1. Yourself and Daniela Scrinton have both gone 3-1. So people back in Norway for the win. I mean, both sides have got good attacks, but I'm not a fan of either side's defence really. And midfield, I think Ivory Coast to win that battle as well. So it is going to be close. It could be an absolute goal fest. Hopefully, that'll be a lot of fun. Sangare in midfield, out to Nicolas Pepe on his right hand side. Back to Sangare. And instead of going forward, they decide to hold on to possession for the moment. Down line it goes from Pepe searching. And captain Frankie Kessie wins this side of throwing far down the pitch. Did wake up to see Morocco go through. Very happy, as had them going through. Nice, man. Nice. Yeah, I thought you fell asleep because you're in the chat, and then I was like, oh, I must have gone. Ball into the box there by Doué. It's a back post, and arriving was Diamande. Norway's clearance is poor, and now Sangare again for the Ivory Coast. Is starting to get a real grip into this game, are the Ivory Coast, after a slow few minutes going into it. And here's Bonny out to left hand side. Diamande keeping it alive, into the centre it goes, and flicked away by Wolf, the left back, but only as far as Nicolas Pepe. On this right hand side, dancing feet, he was denied entry first, but he's going to go back again and rework the angle. Lovely bit of skill, and Pepe released again. Towards the byline he goes. Pepe tries to get across in the box, and it's a good interception there from Hegum. Had to be made because Bonny in the centre was waiting. Was never really feeling Netherlands, if I'm being honest. Yeah, I didn't have them to go far in my initial predictions. I think I had them to go out in that game against Morocco anyway. I think I did predict that one. But then last night something was telling me Netherlands would win. Netherlands weren't that bad. It's just as soon as they scored, they tried to shut up shop. But Morocco, tactically, very good. And they end up getting their rewards. Attack for me, way too weak. For who now? Oh, for Netherlands, right, yeah. Somerville, Gakpo, and who was up top? Who was up top for Netherlands last night? Somerville, Gakpo were the wingers. It's going to be very obvious who was up top. Oh, Brian Brobby, yeah. Yeah, none of them are really world-class players, are they? When you look at it. And then you look at... But to be fair, you look at Morocco's front line. I wouldn't call any of them world-class either. So, I think it was quite evenly matched. But in midfield, I think that's where Morocco was stronger. Especially in the second half. Hegum on the ball here for Norway. Just to remind you all, we are going live as well for France-Sweden at 10 PM tonight. So 2 live streams today. And then tomorrow, we've got a hat-trick of live streams. Starting with England-Congo at 5. Belgium-Senegal at 9. And USA-Bosnia 1 AM. And I'm not sure if I can do any other games throughout the round of 32, but we will see. That's why I'm trying to do as many as I can before the weekend, especially. Here's Kessie. Down the line it goes. Bit too much on it, and IVOIRE will get there first. Nyland smashes that one away. Ex-Aston Villa goalkeeper, of course, Nyland. He didn't get too much game time at Villa Park, but enough to get a few starts. And Norway going through on the left-hand side. Odegaard to Haaland was the anticipated pass, but cut out at the back from the Ivory Coast. Welcome in, Dave. How are we doing, mate? Ivory Coast surprise winning this one. Interesting. Yeah, I think it would be a bit of a surprise if Ivory Coast won, but I do think both of them are quite evenly matched. I think Norway's attack is probably better with Haaland in it. It's hard not to say that. But then Ivory Coast's midfield's probably stronger. And defence, I think they're both quite weak, to be honest. But yeah, it's quite an even matchup, really. It's a really intriguing one. But yeah, hopefully you're well, Dave. Thank you for joining in. And good to have you in here. Welcome to the channel. Sangare in midfield here for the Ivory Coast. Spreading the play out to the right. Using the width. It's Doué. His brother, of course, representing France at this World Cup. Agbadou. To to the left-hand side. Ivory Coast being patient in their attack. Keeping the ball moving on that left-hand side. Ball down the line and it's got too much on it and goes out of play. Nice idea though. But the Ivory Coast number 9, Bonnie, just not getting much joy. Norway are doing really well to mark him. And vice versa with Ivory Coast are doing well to mark Haaland this far anyway. We're only 12 minutes in. So still early doors. I think Ivory Coast are solid defensively, not going to lie. I don't know. I don't look at their side and think defensively solid. Looking at the individuals in there. Kosanu. By the way, how is a centre back allowed a number 7 shirt? That is criminal. That is crazy. Let me know your thoughts on that in the chat. Should a centre back ever be allowed to wear number 7? Oh, I think the game's gone there. Knock Ivory Coast out just for that. Only messing. I would like to see the Ivory Coast go through, actually. They're always one of them sides I wouldn't mind seeing to go through. Especially in AFCON, I don't know why, actually. I always go for Ivory Coast to go far. And I have not much reasoning for it. I think it's the Yaya Toure. Growing up watching Toure play. Well, Yaya, anyway, of course, his brother. Colo Toure. But Yaya Toure, Ivory Coast, yeah, brilliant player. Ball out to the left-hand side here for Norway from Nyland. Here's Wolf. Hegum. Cross to Aya. Now Hegum again. Advancing up to the halfway line. In fact, they've now just crossed halfway. But that pass is poor and Kessie wins possession back for the Ivory Coast. And they'll win a throw-in on the near side. Doué to take. He goes backwards to the centre half with the number 7 shirt. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to pronounce that one. Kosunu. Kosunu? I think it's Kosunu. We'll go with that. If I'm wrong, please someone correct me. I don't want to be disrespectful or anything. Sangare in midfield. Out to the left-hand side now. Here's Diamande. One of the most exciting players going into the World Cup. Everyone's talking about him. Diamande falls to the ground, but he gets up quickly and still does well. And he wins a corner, I'm pretty sure. He's asking why there was no free kick given. But to be fair, I think both sides shoulder to shoulder going for it. Both pulling each other's shirts. Yeah, you can't ask for a free kick there, in my opinion. It's quite equal. But he's done well to win the Ivory Coast the corner, their first of the match. The orange shirts floods the Norwegian penalty area. Diamande to take from the far side. In swinger. Good ball, but away by Soloff. The Ivory Coast come again on the right. Ball into the centre. Too much on it. Diamande arriving late and a loose touch. But for a second, it looked like he may have pulled something back there for Ivory Coast in terms of keeping the ball in play. But nice move initially. Just unlucky with his touch there, Diamande. Ivory Coast and Senegal under the radar nations. Yeah, Senegal. Of course, in the group they didn't do too well, but when you got France and Norway, I don't think many nations would do well in that group, to be fair. Feels like they've left their top boys on the bench. Diamande Singo. Thought they would be starting Zizlurkon. Of course, in Senegal under Asian nations. Yeah, Norway, I wasn't really sure what to expect from them at this World Cup. Of course, going forward, everyone knows they got Haaland, everyone knows they got Odegaard. But apart from that, I don't say there's many other standout players for Norway. Maybe Soloff and Nusa, Sanderberg. People know about them, but no one really knew what to expect, I don't think, from Norway. But when you've got a goal machine like Haaland, as long as you feed the robot will score. Agbadu for Ivory Coast. Back to Fofana in goal. Left-footed clearance. Finds Doué. Kosunu. Back to Fofana again. Just trying to get Norway to break their shape. And they're pressing higher here, Norway. Oh, really good play there from the Ivory Coast. Poor touch from Diamande, but they've rescued it. And this nice bit of play is still continuing here. What a ball that is from Sangare. Out to the right. Pepe. Bursting forward here for the Ivory Coast. Down line it goes. Still onside, I'm pretty sure. Pepe in the box. And that one's gone. Goal kick. Yep. Lovely move from back to front. Great football on display here from the Ivory Coast. Really entertaining. Norway attack is powerful. Defence and midfield not the best. Yeah, 100% agree on that. I think they've got a player in every position that is okay. Apart from, obviously, attack where they've probably got the best in the world. Good evening, Scrinton 2. How are we doing? Good to see you in here. Is this one of the air-conditioned stadiums? Potentially. I think it might be. Here in Dallas. Pedson goes back to Nyland. Out to Hegum, the left centre-back for Norway. Wolf now on the ball. Hopefully you're all enjoying the World Cup content on the channel. Of course, yesterday was a crazy one. With penalty shootout between Germany and Paraguay. Paraguay knocking out the Germans. And Morocco knocking out the Netherlands as well. Some fantastic games on display yesterday. Morning, Swartz. How are we doing, mate? What time is it in Arizona for you? Here in the UK, it's just coming up to 6:20 in the evening. Of course, last night was crazy with the Netherlands-Morocco game. Up to 5 AM in the morning, but completely worth it. It was a good game, to be fair. Norway, edge of the box here. Saul off. Ball into the box is blocked, and Norway not able to win a corner, I don't think. I think it actually went out for a throw into the Ivory Coast. Yeah, it did. Well, both sides are now looking threatening. And this is what I mean. It is really even because I honestly can't split them, you know. Just thinking about it, I don't think there is a real favourite in this one. I haven't looked at any betting odds or anything, but from my view, I wouldn't say either of these are favourites. It really is quite even. Both finished second in their group, didn't they? Kessier, out to the left hand side it goes. Diamande, skipping into the box, it goes short into the side netting. An exciting few seconds there because half of the stadium thought that went in. And in fact it was Conan, not Diamande. Nyland had it covered. But I do agree with the commentator. Got to go far post, but why did it look there like Conan's never hit a ball before? The way he's shot that, it looks like he's never hit a football before. IVOIRE, out to Pedersen. Right back. Pedersen finds Hegum. So, over 20 minutes played, approaching the first hydration break of the match here in Dallas. It remains 0-0 on the pitch. For now anyway. Here's Odegaard. Odegaard at the halfway line for Norway. Back it goes to Hegum. Hegum now will try and drive over halfway. Out to the left. Norway building. Berg. Lots of off the ball movement, I will say, from Norway. Which is something we haven't seen from many other nations at this World Cup so far. A lot of other nations are quite static off the ball. And don't really put themselves in a position to get the ball. Here's Berg. Finding Sander Berg. To the left it goes, back to Sanderberg. Nice bit of football here from Norway. Just switching the angles, keeping it moving, and keeping the Ivory Coast guessing. Hegum, out to the left it goes again. And that ball will run through for a corner kick, I believe. So Norway with Noosa on the left, getting some joy there. Looks to be their preferred output on the wings. And corner kick now for Norway. Berg will go across and take. I've just patched Swans player on my team, Ji-sung. What a player. I've actually met Ji-sung. It was when he signed for Swansea. I met him on the beach. Played football with his brother, and his brother is an absolute baller, to be fair. Oh, a bit of miscommunication there, and the player's been absolutely taken out. And Odegaard, the man who had to make the challenge, really. It was a loose pass back from Noosa. And Diamande goes colliding with a Norwegian player. I can't quite see who it was, though, who he collided with. But Diamande on the deck. He will be able to get back up. That's sick, not gonna lie. Yeah, mate, I was gassed. It was the summer he signed. I think he only signed like a few days before. We were just on the beach with the boys playing football, and then his brother come across. And we thought his brother was Ji-sung, but then he explained it was his brother. And before he went to Australia now. We still keep in contact. And first hydration break of the match, by the way. Yeah, he's still keeping contact with his brother. And he's gone out to Australia to try and become a professional footballer himself. So he's got trials over there as well. And he actually went to the World Cup as well to go and watch his brother. And I went to Swansea Millwall where we lost 1-0. Wasn't the one at the end of the season. But we went in hospitality with him. What was that? Wasn't the season just gone, but the year before. We went in hospitality with him. It was brilliant. Absolutely class. Spoke to Nathan Shueyon's sister there as well. Quite a few people in there. There's loads. There seems to be some show going on as well during the hydration break here in Dallas. Not on the pitch, but somewhere in the stands. But 25 minutes in here, basically. 0-0. No big chances really to talk about. Diamandes look threatening for the Ivory Coast. That's for sure. And Pepe. Bonnie is struggling to get many touches on the ball. I think the midfield three of Ivory Coast have done well so far. But as for Norway, they've had to do a little bit more defending, I'd say, than the Ivory Coast so far. It is quite equal. Soloff not had to do that much on the right, but on the left hand side Noosa has been getting involved in the match. How many touches has Haaland had? Yeah, so Ivory Coast is doing a brilliant job. Haaland's only touched the ball once so far. Already got Berg and... So you got Sanderberg is number 8 and you got Berg who is number 6, so that's quite difficult to say the difference. I'll have to just call him Berg and then Sanderberg, so you know which one I'm on about. There we go. As always, if you're enjoying the stream and you haven't already, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe. There we go. So the water break, or hydration break otherwise as it's called, coming to an end here. Here we go. Let's see how this one will unfold before the half-time, where we've got a half-time quiz ready for you all once again today. Should be good. And we're going to begin with the ball with the Ivory Coast and with Sangare. Back he goes. Left hand side defence there. Long ball forward, searching for Diamande. Peds are next to the ball. Conan getting involved on the left hand side for the Ivory Coast. One back though. And the referee's pulled it back for foul against the Ivory Coast. Free kick on the left hand side. Did it go out of play? No, the whole ball didn't go out of play. Despite the lino saying it did. That will be the next major bit of technology, I think. That comes into play at around the world. It'll be just like a sensor on the ball to say if it's over the line or not. That could be the byline or the touch lines. Ball on the left hand side. Ivory Coast are striving forward here. Conan finds Diamande. Diamande standing up his man. Ball into the box, back post surely. Oh, Pepe. I think he should score, you know. It's a clearance off the line from IVOIRE. But Pepe is unlucky. And the Ivory Coast should be 1 up. It's winger to winger. Diamande to Pepe. On his right foot, so it is his weak foot. Just trying to pull it back across or put it in that far corner. I think he should score there personally. Welcome in, Convenient Chat. How are you doing, mate? How are you okay? How is everyone today? Yeah, I'm good, thank you, mate. Hopefully you're safe and well. And of course, in the sweepstake, you've still got Paraguay left in, who beat Germany yesterday. So let us know if you watched that one and your thoughts on the match. Pepe, ball in towards the back post. It's going to go out for a goal kick to Norway here. Ball at the back now with Norway. Advancing forward. Of course, Wilfred Boney played for Norway, didn't he, as well? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it was definitely Ivory Coast. I'm just going to double check. Ivory Coast have some defending to do here. Here's Noosa. Odegaard. Inside the D, battling for it. Noosa. So many players in the way. No one's able to get hold of the ball. Now it's released on the right. Pepe charges forward for Ivory Coast. The game really is opening up now. Pepe cross into the centre. A little bit too much on it and headed behind by Pedersen. Corner Ivory Coast incoming. Yeah, it was Ivory Coast he played for. Every time I say the Ivory Coast number 9 Bonnie, reminding me of Swansea City's incredible player. In his first spell, he scored a goal every other game. 70 appearances, 35 goals. You do the math, that's a goal a game. If you know, you know. Corner goes in, it doesn't come to anything on the first one, but it's going to go out for another corner for the Ivory Coast there. There we go. Can't believe that they beat Germany. It was a crazy result, wasn't it? Was not expecting that. Ball in from Diamande. Cleared away once again. Norway standing strong and standing tall. Diamande again. Got Pedersen to beat. Does that. Diamande dancing feet into the box, but Noosa wins the ball. I look back and Conan wins it back, but he runs it out of play. I honestly thought the Germans going to win. Yeah, I thought so as well. As soon as they got that equaliser, I thought, that's it. It's only going to go one way now. But to everyone's surprise, of course, it goes the other way on penalties. And the penalties weren't that good quality from the Germans. Not having to save them. They were given a lifeline. And then as soon as they're back in it, they missed. Crazy stuff in that one. So Nyland for the goal kick here for Norway. Conan wins the header. Out of play. Norway throw-in. They went on penalties again. Yeah, they did indeed. It was 4-3, wasn't it, to Germany? Because Jonathan Tah skied his, didn't he? He's doing his best Gabriel impression of Arsenal. Hegum out to Wolf on the left hand side. Slowing the game down now are Norway. Out to Noosa on the left. Skips inside. Switches to play. What a ball that is. Out to Soloff. His first touch is okay, but the second one isn't as good. And Diamande picks the ball off him. Diamande up to Boney. And that one goes up for another Ivory Coast corner. They're building up the corner count here on the Ivory Coast. Plenty of corners. And what corner number is this then? Must be like 5. Yeah, it is indeed 5. Decent guess that. So another corner then for the Ivory Coast. Diamande going to take it on the far side for an in-swinging effort once again. Will we get a goal before half time? Diamande, hands on his hips. So far Norway have defended well from these set pieces. Can they do it again? Different technique. It's across the floor. Still alive with the Ivory Coast in the box. Out to the right hand side this time. Kessie. Swarmed out by Norway. Down it goes towards Pepe. Cross into the box is blocked and out for a corner on the other side. Berg with the defender net. Cornered in quickly by Nicolas Pepe. Doué. In it goes again. Away by Norway. Long shot, and it's going to loop into the gloves of Nyland. So 10 minutes then till the break. There or thereabouts. I wonder who will be the happy of the managers. Probably the Ivory Coast's manager, I'd say. They've looked a bit more threatening. Norway had a good start, but after about 7 minutes, Ivory Coast really did get back into it then. Possession's pretty much even as well. But chances created and going forward, Ivory Coast looking a lot more dangerous than the Norwegians. Conan for a throw in on the far side here for Ivory Coast. Back it goes. Agbadu. Sangari now. Midfield out to the right it goes. Doué. Such of a Pepe. It's a really poor ball though. Throw in. Given I think, or was it goal kick? It was right in the corner there. Who do I get in the sweepstake? I got... I can't even remember. Who did I get? I got Colombia and Croatia. So I'm quite happy with Colombia, to be fair. I'll take Colombia. And in Croatia, of course, have a good track record of the last couple of World Cups. So I do not mind that at all. Colombia and Croatia. Ball in midfield with Norway. Noosa, which is possession net. Aya. Out to the right hand side it goes. Pedersen now. Out to the far side. Bit of space here for Odegaard to run into. Odegaard to Soloff. To the byline he goes. Ball into the centre. Haaland waited. Haaland gets another touch of the ball, but it's straight into the gloves of Fofana of Ivory Coast. Two interesting teams. Yeah, I'm very happy with them. Of course, we've got still quite a lot of players. Still a lot of teams left in. But it's really difficult to call at the moment who's going to go the distance, because I remember Argentina in 22, they weren't putting in that many good performances up to this point. And then, of course, they end up doing really well in the knockouts and putting them big performances in and getting over the line. So, let's wait and see what happens, I guess. I think we'll know after the round of 16. I'll have a few good ideas which 2 or 3 sides it could be. Right now, there's a whole list of them. It literally could be anyone within reason. So, not Argentina, and yes to Cape Verde. Duet, long ball forward there, searching for Bonnie. Bonnie in the box. The 2 Norwegian centre-backs come together and create a brick wall. So Bonnie cannot get the ball. Guarding it with their lives. On the left-hand side here, Norway advancing. Noosa, advantage played Norway. Noosa again. Haaland waiting. Picks out Odegaard instead. Edge of the box. Shot blocked by Sangare. Still, Norway keep the pressure on. Out to the far side now. Sorloth. Got Pedersen ahead of him. Goes back to Odegaard instead. Sanderberg. Odegaard once again. As long as the team plays good football at the crucial times, it's half the battle. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we want to see someone win that's played entertaining football, taken risks, and then, got the results to go along with it to deserve to win it. Noosa on the left for Norway. Berg finds Sanderberg. Noosa again, bit of space opening up on the left hand side. Norway troubling. Oh, what a goal! It could be one of the best we're going to see at the World Cup this year. And Noosa puts Norway ahead in this one. What a finish into the top corner. And the Norwegians here in Dallas go absolutely crazy. And why wouldn't they? What a goal from Noosa. He's been a nuisance all game and now he gets his goal. You're just waiting for that to nestle into the back of the net. There's nothing Fofana, the Ivory Coast goalkeeper, could do that. Left hand side, opens up, drops a shoulder, picks his spot. What a goal. We all talked about Erling Haaland being the main threat. He is. But Norway have got some really talented players along with him. And Noosa's one of them. Fofana gets absolutely nowhere near it. And it just nestles into the side netting of the top corner. Absolutely brilliant goal. And I'm not sure, that will definitely be in one of the contenders for goal of the tournament. Absolutely brilliant finish that. Fair play Norway. And they lead the Ivory Coast here 1-0. And a big goal just before half time. But can the Ivory Coast respond? And that's a poor ball there from Kosunu. And they've given possession away straight after kick-off. Really poor. So throw in Norway. Wow. Exactly my point. I agree with you, Tristan. Yeah, got to play entertaining football, otherwise what's the point really, isn't it? You got to entertain. It's an entertainment sport. Every sport is really, isn't it? F1, basketball. All sports are there to entertain your fans. But too many teams in football and other sports these days just trying to grind out results. But results aren't everything. Yes, it brings you success results, but you got to have some flair and some excitement to go along with the play. Good battle on the far side. Pedersen beating Agbadu. Ball into the centre again. Haaland waiting. Haaland! And it's a block in the end, which denies Norway the second of the game. Great ball in. Sorloth wins the header. Haaland tries to slot it home from close range, but Agbadu was equal to it and read what Haaland was going to do. Apart from golf. Ah, yeah. Only Happy Gilmore there. Happy Gilmore, what a film. Right, corner kick for Norway here. One arm in the air. Berg to take. Can they double their lead? And it goes all the way through to the back post. And players arriving in late. And Soloff cannot believe it. Huge chance there for Norway. And Ivory Coast are on the ropes at the moment. Flicked on at the back post. Haaland arriving with Hegem. But in the end they can't find the back of the net. Fofana for the goal kick for the Ivory Coast. Only during those who like golf. To be fair, I think it's a bit of a growing sport, to be fair. I prefer playing than watching, but I don't really play that often. Only crazy golf for me. I'd like to go to a driving range though. That'd be quite cool. You see a lot of videos of people in America going to them. That'd be cool to do. But wouldn't say I'm a avid golf fan. Ball out to left hand side defence here for Norway. Berg drops the shoulder out to the left hand side. Finds Noosa the goal scorer, the man who separates the two sides at the moment. He's given the ball away. Bonny driving forward. Diamande arriving, but Aya with a big challenge in there. Tackles flying in everywhere, but still Ivory Coast in the box. And that's a good block there from Norway. Conan's cross blocked. So corner to the Ivory Coast. And the Norwegian fans here are celebrating like they've won the whole tournament already. They are loving life. Gotta love the Norwegians. Corner then. Diamande to take from the far side. Can they get level before the break? Nyland punches. Out it goes. Only as far as Conan. Back out to Diamande. Still Ivory Coast with a threat, and into the box it goes, and over the bar this time. So I think that's going to go for a goal kick. It was Kessie with a cross, and he thinks it should have been a corner. And what's the decision here? Corner or goal kick? I think it's going to be a corner, you know. It is. Corner kick, Ivory Coast. Referee's not happy with something in the middle, I don't think. We're about to find out how much add-on time we're going to get at the end of the first 45 as well. Pepe, left-footed ball in. Heads go up away, only as far as the edge of the box. Noosa runs that one away. A lot of challenges flying in, but the referee quite reluctant to blow his whistle every 2 seconds. And that's good for the game. He's letting the game have that rhythm. The Ivory Coast fans there thought they should have had a penalty, but it would have been really soft. You never see them give and do. Wrestling at the back post. What is Agbadou doing? That's almost embarrassing from him. 25% to Norway, 75% to Ivory Coast. Interesting, interesting. People fancying the Ivory Coast here. Four minutes added on at the end of the first 45 here in this one. The end of the first half. As I say, we have a halftime quiz lined up for you all in this one as well. And then later on we're doing France versus Sweden. 10 o'clock kickoff. Join us if you can. So Noosa, the goal scorer, and he's got a yellow card as well to his collection now for Norway. And Pepe and Ivory Coast have a free kick here to look forward to. Nyland lies up his wall. It's from the right hand side of the box. Oh, 75% to Norway. Right, interesting. Pepe, in it goes. Heads go up, but it's just wide. Not far away at all. It looked like that was about to hit the back of the net at the back post there from Ivory Coast. Heads go up. Agbadou flicked off a Norwegian player as well, so it will go up for a corner. Nyland wouldn't have got there in time, would he? 8 votes so far. Thank you very much for the update, Convenient Chat. This is what's wrong with VAR. They can overturn if the corner's been awarded and then it was wrongly awarded, but they can't overturn it if it should have been a corner but the ref given a goal kick. What's the point in it? You can't have one without having the other, surely. It doesn't make any sense. Ball at the back here for Norway. We are 2 minutes away from the end of the first half here in Dallas. Norway leads 1-0. It was a superb goal from Noosa. Dropped the shoulder, picked his spot, and bent it like Beckham into the top corner. Berg out to the far side. Pedersen. I wonder if we can get 3,000 subscribers this year. Will be brilliant for you. Well, we're not too far away from 2,500, and then we could definitely make a big push for it by Christmas, or by the end of the year, as you say. I'm not sure. Definitely anything can happen if we set it as our target, of course. Looking forward to all the championship content, which will come out in the next few weeks, of course. After the World Cup concludes. I'll probably end up doing some in the next few weeks, actually. Championship content, like early predictions and that sort of stuff. Can't really do anything like rank the kits yet, though, because, well, no one's brought theirs out. Maybe like 1 or 2 sides, but that's about it. Ivory Coast, down line it goes. Bonnie. He loses the ball. Berg. Finds Sanderberg. He goes back. Aya. Final few seconds then of the first half, and we're about to go into half time. There we go. Half time whistle blown. And it's 1-0 Norway at the break in this one then. They take the lead through Noosa. And they lead in this one. 1-0 here in Dallas. What a goal it was as well. And since that point, it's been quite even all match, really. We'll quickly take a look at the stats as well. So 44% possession for Ivory Coast, 56 to Norway. 0.44 XG for Ivory Coast, 0.66 for Norway. 5 shots, Ivory Coast, 6 for Norway. 1 on target, Ivory Coast, 2 for Norway. So really, looking at all of them, yes, Norway are just edging it, but it's not much in it at all. 9 corners, Ivory Coast, 2 Norway, so they're winning that one. But the scoreline says otherwise. Noosa's goal on 39 minutes. And, of course, Norway leading in this one. Right, let me just add that to the screen so I can see who the goal scorer is. I should probably do this after, as soon as they score. So Noosa goal, and it was in the 39th minute. So if he's got that next to him, it means he's scored. Basically, if they got a timestamp next to him, such as Noosa. There we go. So he was the first goal scorer. Hopefully now that makes it a bit more clearer for you all. Just trying to improve the improve everything. So as you can see, Noosa bottom of the screen on the lineup there for Norway on the left hand side, just above Haaland, and got 39 next to him. So that's to show what minute they scored the goal in case anyone's confused about that. Right, it's basically 50-50. Never anything can happen. Never give up. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. We'll definitely aim high and see how high we can get. Right, halftime quiz time then, and we're going to begin with, well, of course, question number 1. What nickname is given to the Ivory Coast? So there's no options here on any of these, so we're making it a little bit difficult. So what nickname is given to the Ivory Coast? I will give you a clue on this one though. It is a animal. So what animal is the nickname given to Ivory Coast? I'll just quickly read ahead of some of the other questions so I don't mess up the pronunciation or anything. So be sure to get your answers in the chat for that one. Just reading all the other questions so I don't mess up any pronunciation. Yeah, there we go. So we've got 5 questions to look forward to. Yes, halftime quiz says, come in chat. Not really sure, to be honest. Have a guess, guys. Have a guess. So we're looking at the animal that is the nickname of the Ivory Coast. Really doesn't matter if anyone's wrong. Just whoever's watching, be sure to chuck an answer out there. Of course, if you don't want to, I'm not going to force you. And the Norway fans are in a stadium somewhere, I presume in Norway, and they're celebrating the opening goal. Absolute limbs there, wow, crazy. They're loving it. There we go. So for this question then, what nickname is given to Ivory Coast? It's the Elephants. The Ivory Coast. There we go. Question number 2. Swartz with it, last minute winner. Elephant something probably. Well done, Swartz. Great answer there, mate. Seagulls, but that's Brighton. Still a good guess, and he's still related it to a football side, so still win-win. Yeah, elephants. I didn't even know that one, by the way, so I learned something new as well there. But what an animal the elephant is. You always see videos online of the elephant with its trunk taking people's hats and stuff. Never knew that. No, me neither. Until, well, doing the quiz. So I'll have to try and remember that one. It is a crazy one though. Question 2. Who is the captain for the Ivory Coast? So question 2. Name us the captain of the Ivory Coast. So I've deliberately put the Norwegian team on the left of the page so you can't see. Captain of the Ivory Coast. As I say then, we will be live for France, Sweden at 10 PM tonight as well. And tomorrow, well, we've got 3 watch-alongs to do tomorrow, which I'm looking forward to. We have got England, Congo at 5, Belgium, Senegal at 9 tomorrow, USA, Bosnia at 1 AM. So we'll be doing all 3 of them tomorrow. Looking forward to it. No early stream tonight. I think I'll just enjoy watching that one. Mexico, Ecuador, 2 AM. Just in case it ends up being a 5 AM finish, just like last night. Just going to say Haaland, because he's the only one I know. Yeah, fair enough. Anyone else want to give it a go, this question? Yeah, they're on about the pundits here at halftime on about Ivory Coast's winger Nicolas Pepe, 72 million to Arsenal. Never hit the ground running, did he, at the Emirates? But always a player that had something about him, got a little bit of flair, got a little bit of pace as well. So never count him out, I guess. There we go. So question number 2, the answer, of course. Who is the captain of the Ivory Coast? It is Franck Kessie, who is the captain of the Ivory Coast. Right, question number 3. Who was the manager that successfully guided Norway to qualify for the 2026 World Cup? So we're looking for the name of the manager of Norway that guides them to qualify for the World Cup. Question 3. I think Haaland's only had 2 touches of the ball so far in this one. I'm just trying to check. He had that first header. I think the second was a header as well. Oh, he's at 8 now. Defensive ones as well, okay. But in the other opposition's half, he hasn't had many at all, really. He's not been as influential as Norway would have liked going forwards, but they have already got a goal, so they can't be too disappointed. Clue, doing well here. Just a bit of fun to pass the time. Answer to question 3. The Norway manager successfully guided them to qualify for the 2026 World Cup was Stale Solbakken. Stale Solbakken. So, not sure about my pronunciation there, but we'll give it to me. Go on. Right, next one. What record-breaking European nation finished their 2026 qualifying campaign with a 100% winning record to reach the World Cup? So what record-breaking European nation finished their 2026 qualifying campaign with a 100% record winning record to reach the World Cup this year? There we go on that next one. Also, looking at the FIFA World Rankings, it is really close. Norway ranked 31, Ivory Coast ranked 33. So there's not much in it really, is there? Between the two. Not much at all. Yeah, look at this stadium as well. It's absolutely crazy, isn't it? Really, really cool. And that's something I think we're going to miss from the USA. You have some quiz questions for me. Okay, interesting. Not sure on this one as well. It was indeed Norway that have a 100% winning record during qualifying. They won all of their 8 games. Italy were in that group as well, and they scored 37 goals to qualify for this year's World Cup. We've got one more for you all, and I think one of their last games they won 11-1 against Moldova. I'm pretty sure it was. Question 5 then, the last one of the halftime quiz. Who holds the all-time record for the most goals scored for the Norway men's national team? Question 5. Who holds the all-time record for the most goals scored for the Norway men's national team? He scores every week. He's starting for Norway tonight. Just give me his name in the chat. Yeah, this stadium's so cool. Look, they're showing it from the outside now as well. It just looks like a spacecraft, doesn't it? Little balconies on the top as well. Wow. On the sides at the top. So cool. So as I say, Brazil await the winner of this one. But as it stands, that will be Norway. And as it stands, we will not be going the distance. But it is Mbappe versus Gyökeres later on. France take on Sweden. That should be good. How heavy is a blue whale? Very heavy. A few ton? I don't know. Haaland. It is indeed Haaland. For that one, he surpassed Jürgen Juve's long-standing record of 33 goals. So Haaland, I mean, he's just an absolute robot, isn't he? Absolute robot. During that qualifying campaign for Norway, I just want to try and see how many goals he scored. He scored against Moldova, I think. Check. They won 11-1 against Moldova. Haaland scored 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the goals. And they had a penalty in that game and he didn't even take it, which is crazy. 5 goals in that one. How many more goals did he score? I'd love to know. Now, how many goals has he got for national side? Is that something we can find out? 59 goals in 53 appearances for Haaland. I mean, this is mental, isn't it? It's just crazy. World Cup qualification. In the World Cup qualification, he started 8 games, scored 16. So he scored, for every game he started, he scored 2 goals. 2 assists as well. In 8 matches. I mean, that is ridiculous. He scored all the goals inside the box. 1 penalty, 10 headers. Oh, they're shots. Sorry. Wow, crazy. The Guklu is the heaviest animal ever lived. Yeah, I don't know the exact weight of it, but I'll go for 789 kilos. I think it's probably more than that, isn't it? I think there are a few thousand. It's either a few thousand pounds or a few thousand kilos, and that's a big difference because kilo to the pound is 2.2 times 2.2. So kilo's always a heavier number. So I'll go 789 just so I don't make myself look stupid and go too high. Yeah, just showing the penalty shot last night is crazy. I think we had seven misses in the penalty, didn't we? I'm pretty sure. 7 misses. Absolutely mental. Oh no, we didn't. 5 misses, sorry. I thought they missed an extra round. It was 3-2 in the end. Brilliant celebrations last night at 5 AM. Oh, here we go then. Second half about to kick off in this one between Norway and the Ivory Coast. Norway currently lead. They just had a little half-time talk between themselves on the pitch. They want to keep up the intensity. They want to win this one. They want to get through and play Brazil. And honestly, I wouldn't be too surprised if Norway beat Brazil. Obviously, it would be a massive shock, but we'll definitely see it happening at the World Cup. Because I think they are pretty good, are Norway, aren't they? There we go. So second half, the correct answer is 180 to 200 tons. Oh, that's pretty close. Is that in kilo? Yeah, ton. Oh, yeah, never mind. I'm being stupid. Yeah, quite heavy then, isn't it? Quite heavy. I was well off. 180 to 200 tons. What's that in pounds then? 180 to 200 pounds. 180 tons in pounds. 360,000 pounds. It's really light. Oh my word, that is crazy, isn't it? To think that that's in our oceans, like we're on the same planet as that, and you know, humans are like what, on average, like what, 75, 80 kilos, something like that, 85 maybe. Depends on everyone's height though. So like if you take everyone's average height, everyone's average age, weight, all them factors. Gender plays a big part as well in everyone's weight. So many things come into it. The blue whale is the heaviest and largest animal ever lived, bigger than all the dinosaurs. Interesting. I knew it was the biggest animal, but I didn't know it was bigger than dinosaurs. That's an interesting fact. Aya out to the right. Pedersen down line it goes. One back here by Conan and Ivory Coast. No, they need to go for it in this second half. They're 45 minutes away from getting the plane back home from the United States. But of course, they don't want this journey to end. They did well in the group stage. And they want to continue doing well at this year's competition. Of course, the Ivory Coast in that group stage, they beat Ecuador in the opening game 1-0, which was end-to-end. I don't know how it was only 1-0, because both sides had loads of chances to score in that one. Lost to Germany 2-1 and beat Curacao 2-0 in the last one as well. So quite an entertaining one. Finished on 6 points, of course. Scored 4, conceded 2 as well. Welcome in, Josh. How are we doing, mate? Good to see you in here. Thank you for joining. Let us know your thoughts on the game last night. Hopefully you managed to watch the end of it. It was crazy. And thank you for tuning in last night. As well as right now. Goes a long way. Thank you. I hope you're well. Yeah, I'm really good, mate. Really good. I slept in really late today. It was like 12:30, almost 1 o'clock. Because of how late we stayed up last night. But it was worth it. Only World Cup once every 4 years. So, got to be done, isn't it? Got to be done. But it was literally light outside when I was going into bed. Yeah, but hope you're well as well, mate. So, corner Ivory Coast here on the left-hand side. Yan Diamande ready to deliver, but referee wants to have a word in the box first between Nyland and number 7 for Ivory Coast, which Kosunu, the centre back, in that. And referee's coming across to see the ball's actually on the line, and it isn't. So Diamande now has to replace the ball. In it goes from Diamande. Cleared away by Norway. Still up there, Haaland looking to win the header. He's beaten to it. Away it goes by Sanderberg, and Ivory Coast with the ball with Fafana. Agbadu now. Here's Conan looking to turn defence into attack. Because it's a filter feeder that eats small shrimps, krill, and they can eat up to 45 tonnes a day. Wow. It's mental, isn't it? How many calories is that? People's yearly... how long would it take for a human then? This is a question for you. How long would it take a human to eat what a blue whale eats in a day? That's on average. Doing right, thanks. Found out some strange information that a guy was filming our house at 1 PM. Neighbour, well, that's what he was doing, but being reported to police. Oh, right, yeah, really weird. It's quite strange, isn't it? Of course, in public you are... Do you live next to anything interesting, or is it just houses next to you? Because a lot of... Because you are allowed to film in public, but obviously it's, well, not nice to film people's houses, is it, really? So that's a bit strange. Ball out to the left-hand side. Conan keeps on going. Conan to the byline. Cross into the box. Away it goes by Berger. Long shot over the bar and wide there from the Ivory Coast. By Sangare. It's a quiet area. Alright, yeah, really strange then. There's not really any reason. Oh, hopefully you're all good though, Josh, and the family. Send in my thoughts to everyone. Don't live near shops or anything. Oh, right. Because I know there's a lot of auditors which try promote photography in public, and they go to like industrial estates, and as long as you're on a public footpath, You can film anything, and it's obviously a lot of people say I don't give you consent to film me, but if you're in public, a lot of people don't realise if you're in public, you can do what you want really. People can take photographs, videos of you, as long as you're in public. As soon as you go on private property, then that's where it goes into a bit of a grey area of the law. But yeah, it's strange why they're doing that, Josh. Especially if you've got nothing near you. If it's just houses, and yeah, that's really strange. I don't know. Maybe you like the architecture of your house and wants to buy it one day. I don't know. Nyland out to the right hand side. Yeah. Here's Odegaard. Out to the right hand side. Christian now, and Norway just trying to hold on to this narrow lead that they have at the moment. One back. Really good play from Odegaard. Soloff on the right. Odegaard might go alone here. Finds Noosa instead. On the overlap is Wolf. Cross into the box is too much on it. And Fofana will collect for the Ivory Coast. True, but we'll go film. Nah, yeah, houses. I mean, like, you've got to have some common, like, decency, haven't you? Houses is a bit weird. Because everyone's got their own privacy. And everyone has it in their house, you know. Hey Tristan, do you have Facebook? WhatsApp or anything else? I can send you photos of the blue whale. Quiz questions. Funny story about Facebook. I tried to make an account on Facebook. Was that last year? And I've tried every month since as well. Because, well, a lot of people have Facebook. So it'd be nice to have an account on there like every normal person. But it says my name isn't a real name. So how is Tristan not real? But I don't get it personally. So Facebook basically just don't really want the platform. Oh, big shot here for Ivory Coast. There's a big save by Nyland. Big save. Huge save there. I've got WhatsApp though. I thought, what platform did I have you on? Did I have you on a certain platform? I'm pretty sure I added you on something convenient chat. I'm pretty sure. Was it Instagram? Maybe? Would have been a while ago. Odegaard goes out to the left hand side, but referee waves that decision away. Don't understand that. Yeah, me neither. It's like, what? It says your full name assigned at birth, no nicknames. I literally put that in, and it says please provide your full name at birth. But what? I can't lie. This is my full name. What do you want? It's filming, and that you threatened my neighbour when he asked why. It just doesn't make any sense. Yeah, it's really weird, isn't it? Really weird. Yeah, too far threatening people, especially when you're the one filming their house as well. I don't get it. But no, take care, Josh, man. Ball out to left hand side. Conan crossing. Header towards the back post. Pepe. Into Boney. And Barney's shot ends up in the gloves of Nyland at Norway. FIFA president there was clapping the attempt from Ivory Coast. Do you reckon he put any bets on the tournament or anything like that? I think Demi gets a lot more serious if he comes back again. Oh, 100% mate. But middle of the afternoon as well, so I don't really know what someone would do at 1 PM. Like, what are you doing? It's a Tuesday, you're not got work or anything. And if it was for a good reason or anything, you would have just explained, wouldn't you? Yeah, I don't get it. So free kick Norway on the left hand side here. Odegaard standing over it. And next goal in this one's huge. If Norway can go to a 2-0 lead here, that is massive. Odegaard standing over the ball here. On the left-hand side. 2-man wall as well for Ivory Coast. Is that 2 or 1-man wall? There is a little wall. And it goes all the way through, still in there, and Fofana grabs it. Fofana out it goes as well. Counter-attack time for Ivory Coast. On the far side, Doué. On the turn is Sangare. Looking to switch the play out to the left-hand side. It's getting exciting here for the Ivory Coast. Conan. Edge of the box. Good defending there from Berg. And it goes out to play for another Ivory Coast corner. Probably one of the weirdest occasions I've heard of. Yeah, it's really strange, isn't it? I mean, everyone in their life has like really strange things happen, but that is definitely up there as one of the strangest I've heard of. Ball goes into the box. Away it goes by Norway. Still back alive though. Chipped over. Oh, lovely bit of play here from the Ivory Coast. Diamande with the ball. On the left hand side. Looking to get a quality ball into the centre. Long shot from Agbadou. But it's well wide. And the Norwegian fan who's grabbed the ball is absolutely buzzing. The excitement on his face that he's got the ball. $30 minutes to go then in this one. Convenient chat, have you heard that Galbraith's going to Stoke as it stands? 10 million. So that was reported this morning, but we're signing Musa Yeo, the winger from Salzburg. He's 22 or 23 years old and playing midfield and on the right wing as well. Honestly, he looks pretty good, but his goal outputs isn't amazing. But he's previously worked under Matos as well. So let's see what happens. But looks exciting, to be fair. So Bonny and Uali off. Wahi and Diallo on. So Ivory Coast are going for it here. What's your thoughts? Well, player doesn't want to be here, and if you don't want to be here, we cash in. You know, ball's in our court because he's got a lot of years left on his contract, and to get north of 10 mil for him, I think it is over 10 mil, isn't it? So to get more than 10 mil for Galbraith, we'll happily take it. I think. Considering Flynn Downs, I think Flynn Downs is better than Galbraith in my opinion. I've only got 12 for Downs from West Ham, so I'm happy. I think it's more in the region of 10 million, but then there's a lot of clauses because the 10 mil is his release clause in his current contract, and when Swans offered him a new contract, we wanted to up the release clause and up his contract, but he didn't want any of that. So don't want to be here, then there's the door in there. Diamande trying to wiggle his way through. One back here by Soloff. Welcome in, Honeygun. How are we doing, mate? Good to have you in here. How's it going? Let us know any Bristol City transfer news as well. I saw Sam Tickle got done. Sam Greenwood's been done as well. And you've made a bid for Dom Ballard last I heard as well. Pepe, out to the right hand side it goes. Diallo, involved in this latest bit of play here for the Ivory Coast. Flicks it through. Pepe plays in the centre, arriving. Tried to pick out Wahi, but couldn't quite find him with the pass. Sangare, Conan again. Ivory Coast are really going for it here. Sangare. Kosunu. Amad Diallo. Skipping through. Looked like he could have released a shot there, but Didn't end up materialising. Sangare again. Lays into a nice pocket. Yan Diamande. Cross is blocked and that could have gone anywhere. But it went out of play. Went out of play in the end, just about though. Did look threatening from the Ivory Coast yet again. Brazil awaiting one of these sides. As it stands, that will be Norway. Signed Dutch midfielder Gibson Yar. He looks exciting. Oh, I've missed that one then. Apparently we've put in an offer for Don Ballard from Leyton Orient. Got last year. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, I've heard that one. I missed the signing of the Dutch midfielder though. And we were just talking about Galbraith going to Stoke City as well. 10 million release clause activated. Do I want to be here? And there's the door. No players bigger than the club. Absolutely. Rather buy someone else for 10 mil instead. Ball in the box again there by Ivory Coast. Still alive. Shot fired in, blocked away, and Haaland smashes that one into the Dallas air. And they're driving up the pitch as well. And Haaland had a foot race with Fofana, and Haaland sort of just slowed down as he was going to the keeper there. Full throttle, I think he gets that. Haaland. Welcome in. John, how you doing, mate? Thanks for joining last night, by the way, mate. Hopefully you enjoyed the stream and the game as well. Crazy end. And a massive thank you for joining back in as well, mate. Goes a long way and it means a lot. Thank you. Just to let you all know, guys, we are live at 10 for France-Sweden as well tonight. And then they're the only two today with this one and that one. And then tomorrow is a hat-trick of streams. We've got England-Congo at 5, Belgium-Senegal at 9, and USA-Bosnia at 1. So 3 streams tomorrow, just to let everyone know in advance. One ball over the top there from Ivory Coast, and into the gloves of Nyland it goes. We might be starting fullback soon. Just on his medical. Oh, okay. Any idea on any names or? Soloff on the right. Wins a corner. Agbadu does as best as he can. Puts it behind. End-to-end game here. Will there be a next goal? I could see it ending 1-0 Norway, to be fair. And Martin Odegaard goes across to take this one. For Norway. 65 minutes played here in Dallas. Odegaard to take. One arm in the air. Odegaard left-footed ball into the box. Header. But the referee blew his whistle just as the ball was coming in. Everyone in the centre froze. You could always see, tell that and sense that something wasn't right. It was Soloff being grappled in the centre there. And so the corner will be retaken by Odegaard on Norway. One arm in the air again from Odegaard. Better ball in this time actually. And it's not in, but it's so close. Oh my word. Off the line. It looked destined to hit the back of the net. And I think it was Sander Berger there with the effort. I can't actually tell. Hopefully we're going to see a replay of that. Ivory Coast went for the counter-attack. Wow. Norway inches away from doubling their lead. And Aya in conversation with the referee, telling people to calm down. The referee's got his hand on his ear, so will there be a VAR check potentially? Well, play's not continued yet. Now it has. So everything's cleared from VAR. Luca Stevenson. Don't think I've ever heard of him, but interesting. Won a game last night. We were the last one standing. Everyone else fell asleep. Indeed we were, mate. Indeed we were. Went to bed and it was sunny outside. There were rumours we were getting Harry Clark from Ipswich. Oh, right, the guy that was on loan at Charlton, wasn't he? Noosa again, ball into the centre, drops to the edge of the box. Offside against Noosa there. We do need a right-sided fullback because we've only got one at the moment. After we let McCory go to Rangers, yeah, saw that one. So the second half hydration break is taking place right now. Do you think Norway has a chance of at least getting to the final? Looks quite solid. Ooh, interesting question. Let me have a look at their run of games after this if they were to qualify. So if they were to get past the Ivory Coast, which as it stands, that's what they will be doing, then they will play Brazil in the next round, in the round of 16. In the round of 30, round of 32, that's this round of 16, quarterfinals then, which is what they would go to on the 11th of July, and they would have to play either England, Congo, Mexico, or Ecuador. I could see Ecuador and Mexico being a really close game tomorrow, and then probably England beat Congo, don't they? Unless something crazy happens, and then England, it's probably going to be England, Norway at the quarterfinals out of that, if Norway were to beat Brazil. And then Norway, England, I think Norway, that would be a really close game to be fair. And then semi-finals then, they'd be playing one of Argentina, well it's probably Argentina then, Colombia as well. I think Colombia are highly underrated. They're the two from that side I think will go far. Switzerland maybe as well, another shout. But yeah, Argentina, Switzerland or Colombia. Probably, hopefully Colombia or Argentina as a quarter-final. That'd be brilliant to watch. Have to watch that if that happens. I think Colombia are really exciting to watch. There we go. So hydration break still taking place at the moment. Need to fall asleep. Minton wasn't able to keep his eyes open. Tough day of work today, Minton. Was it? Or relatively straightforward shift? Let us know. Hopefully it all went okay for you. So 70 minutes. We've got 20 left to play in this one. Ivory Coast have 20 minutes to save their tournament. Morocco left it late last night. Let's see if Ivory Coast are going to leave it late tonight. I don't think Norway could beat Argentina. Yeah, that's why I stopped there. I think they could beat Brazil. I think they could beat England or Mexico or Ecuador. Oh, I don't know actually. I think Ecuador might do them. Ecuador is so funny because they're really good, but they just cannot score until the game against Germany. I think they could beat England as well. That would be a close game though, because really on paper England should win, but this tournament they've just been really poor performance-wise, I think. Some changes being made as well for Norway. Oscar Bob coming on, and I don't know how I'm going to pronounce this name of the second one. Number 7 off for 22, so a double change here. 21 on, 20 off. So Noosa the goal scorer off. Noosa and Sorloth off. So the wings have changed. Bob probably onto the right. And who's this other guy that's come on? Andreas. Oh, how am I going to pronounce this? Sheederup. Sheederup? We'll go with Sheederup. Shielderup. Yeah, Shielderup. Surely that's how you pronounce it. Let us know in the chat if I'm doing any of this wrong. It was okay. It's not too bad working with my dad, to be fair. Yeah, that must be really cool, actually. Unless something goes wrong. Nah, but it must be pretty good, because if you need help or anything, learning or anything like that, then literally the person in your life you probably want to ask the most about anything. Most comfortable asking. So yeah, probably a pretty good job, isn't it, to be fair? Pretty fun. Just gonna have a laugh with your dad all day. Talk Bristol City all day, is it? Sangare. Agbadu. To Kosunu. Into midfield it goes. Kessie now moving forward. Into the final stages of the match. One back on the far side by Wolf. Haaland, back it goes, but Norway on the ball, and that's all that matters for them. Because while they're on the ball, they're in control, and they're 1-0 up as well, so all they need to know is hope that time goes really fast in the next few moments, and that they can get something from this game. But in the crowd, they're all doing the rowing. All the Norwegian fans, loving life. What a group of fans. Diamande's tracking back there was sensational as well. Does anyone know where Diamande's going to go? Jan Diamande. I thought it was Liverpool. I really hope it's the Premier League. I really want to watch this guy. I have no idea where he's going though. But I know it is a big talking point in the transfer window so far. Ball out to the far side. Amad Diallo. Oh, lovely 1-2. Diallo in the box. Goal. 1-1. Amad Diallo's magic. And he's put the Ivory Coast level here. Nothing Ivory Coast could do there. Amad Diallo with a fantastic individual goal. Little give and go. Wiggling in the centre. Stabs it into the bottom corner. He is quality. And once again he saves the day. He saved the day in the group stage. He saves the day today for the Ivory Coast. And it looks right now like we might be having another long day. Another long stream. But oh well, that's what we like. Entertainment at its finest. And what a goal that is. Give go. Back to Diallo. Left foot. Skips inside. Shot into the ground. It didn't even come off anyone. Pure brilliance from Amad Diallo. That is absolutely sensational goal. I don't think you'll see many better goals at the tournament than that. I'll be honest. That is ridiculous quality from Amad Diallo. And there's still 15 minutes left of the 90. So let's see how this one will end. Still a long way left to go. What a goal that was. John says, see if I get a job, I'd love to work with a big football fan. As long as they don't support Liverpool City. Dave said, took their time. They did indeed, but they've got the goal. And it's a fantastic goal as well. You asked the question, why was Diallo not starting? But maybe it was the plan all along. Super sub Amad. Nice goal, wasn't it? Amad's finish, brilliant. Well, what an end to the game we have now, because Norway can't just sit back in. They have to go for it. And Ivory Coast, well, they'll be relieved with that goal. It has been such an even game, though. Even now, I cannot tell you who's going to advance. And Brazil await. Here's Odegaard at the halfway line for Norway. Ayer. Inside it goes. What would you say is the better goal, Norway or Ivory Coast? Oh, wow. That's really close. Just as close as this game. Here, wait a second. Norway in the box and Oscar Bob loses out to Agbadu. I'd probably say Amad Diallo's, just because he's skipped past players. Nice 1-2. Skip past the players, cut back in, shot it into the ground, doesn't come off anyone. But I mean, it's really close, because Nusa for Norway, that was brilliant, bending it into the top corner. We've been treated to goals in here today. Let me know in the chat which goal was better, the first, well, Norway goal or the Ivory Coast. I'm really not sure. Thinking about it, I might go Norway, but then I think Amad's brilliant. And here's Pepe into the box here. Wahi. Pepe goes down. Big appeal, show penalty. Referee waves him away straight away. What an end to the game we're going to have here. Norway look to go forward now. Odegaard finding Berg. Out to the far side. Sturlup. Berg. Odegaard skipping through. Norway on the attack here. Sturlup. On the far side. Forced backwards though. Still, Norway keep the pressure on. Ball into the centre and it's a really poor effort. Goes into the gloves off Fofana. If Finney scored that goal yesterday, would the keeper saved it onto the post? That would have been... Yes, I know exactly which one you're on about. That was sensational, wasn't it? That would have been up there with Ahmad's goal for goal of the tournament. 100%. That would have been... I think that would have been better than Ahmad's. I mean, it's so hard to tell though because they're both brilliant in their own right. Ahmad's surely goal of the tournament so far. Yeah, I think so. I think so. On the world stage to do that is an absolute joke. It's a good joke though. Ball on the right hand side, your Oscar Bob for Norway. They're on the front foot. Odegaard. Pedersen. Cross into the box and Haaland not even moving in the centre there. Agbadu. Loses out to Bob there and Norway still have it with Odegaard on the edge of the area. Norway still in a good attacking position. Wolf inside to Odegaard. Trying to glide through. Here's Oscar Bob. Down line it goes. One back by Agbadu. But then he gives it away again. Conan sends it clear for the Ivory Coast. One back now by Norway at the halfway line. Out to the left. Switching the point of attack. Norway. Schlupp. Line up a long shot, but instead they pass to Odegaard. Into the box they go. Bob. Odegaard loses possession. Yeah, you have to come on under huge pressure. Your team is 1-0 down and you could be out of the tournament. Your manager and fans are hoping you can impact the game. Yeah, huge from Ahmad. It's exactly the pressure he's had to come under for this one, isn't it? It's exactly what he's had to do. Ivory Coast put the ball out of play because man down, number 15 I think it is, for the Ivory Coast. Which is 15 Ivory Coast. Who is that? Ahmad Diallo, the goal scorer. Didn't recognise him on the floor. It looks like he might have to come off here. This is not good for the Ivory Coast. He'll get treatment first. Looks as being some pain. We're watching a goal from another angle now, and he does like the Ozil technique from Mesut Ozil technique from 2014. Hit the ball into the ground and it like bounces up. That's exactly what he did with his finish. Absolutely sensational. Sensational. The camera just panned to someone in the crowd who looked like a famous person. Didn't know who he was though. Yeah, they do it a lot every game. I have no idea how half these people are. It always happens, I think. And then out of respect, Norway have to throw in and kick it back out. So it's going to be an Ivory Coast throw in instead. Conan to take. We might be heading for a long evening once again tonight. If it remains level. I've got a funny feeling someone's going to score though. Before that happens. Ahmad Diallo getting the magic spray on his back. A magic spray is out, and Amad Diallo will be able to continue, I think. And another sub, yeah, it's not Diallo coming off, he's staying on. Number 16 instead coming off. And this is for Norway. So 16 was Pedersen, the right back. He's off now. And on comes Orsnes. Is that how you pronounce that? Orsnes? Ivory Coast. Out to the far side. I don't know, I'm yawning. It's quite an exciting game. I'm definitely not tired. Kessie in midfield, always lucky there. Does win a free kick though. No, it does concede a free kick though, sorry. Odegaard on the ball now for Norway. Twisting and turning. Odegaard's out to the right back that's just come on. They're probably all famous American people. Yeah, probably true to be fair. Recognise their face from some film we've watched. Just not sure what character they played or when it was. Ball on the far side here. Streel up. Back it goes Berg. Odegaard. Greengrass to roam into. Ivory Coast sitting very deep here. Surely we won't go 3 games in a row where we're going to have a pen shootout. Or extra time at least. There's been no game won in extra time so far. Got to get the ball in. You've got Haaland in the box. The best striker in the world in the box. You're not even delivering. Pass was poor. Back out to the left hand side here for Norway. Haaland being closely marked by Agbadu. Down to the left hand side it goes. Cross into box is blocked. Throw in Norway. Good defending from the Ivory Coast there. I think if we take Haaland out of this Norway side, I think it would have been quite a comfortable Ivory Coast win, I think. If we do at least it's only 8 PM, yeah, exactly. It's not like it's late tonight. Like it's 5 AM. And then we'll still have an hour to set up the France-Sweden stream as well, so it's not too bad if it does go extra time penalties this one. Quite enjoying it to be fair. Out to the right hand side here, Norway go forward again, Bob. Signed for Fulham last time. What a ball that is inside. Surely Haaland, it's in! And Norway are going to win it. Haaland hasn't had anything to do all day, but he pops up in the most important situations and he scores important goals. That, my friend, is Erland Haaland. And he's scored what looks destined to be the winner here for Norway. Incredible. He scores another goal for Norway. And Norway look like they've secured a spot in the round of 16 against Brazil. A fantastic ball by Bob. I think it was Odegaard he found. Squared it across. And Haaland does not miss. Right place, right time. Unmarked as well in the centre somehow. And it was Berg, the assist. Haaland thought he messed it up. The keeper almost got there, but Haaland, he doesn't miss. Haaland and miss don't go in the same sentence, do they? Wow. Wow. What a move that is. Down the right hand side. Ivory Coast caught lacking. And Haaland wins it for Norway. We think anyway. Of course, still time to play. And still chance for Ivory Coast to come back into it. That's Haaland's 60th goal for Norway on the national team. I think he's played 53 games to the stats day. Crazy. Pepe off. Ivory Coast rolling the dice. They're 3 minutes away from being knocked out, plus added on time. So Pepe off. Who come on for them? Diakite. Diakite on. And long before there by the Ivory Coast. One back there by Nyland. Haaland, absolute goal machine he is, mate. Absolute joke of a player. Everyone a few years ago was talking about Messi and Ronaldo. Who's going to be the next generation of them two, really? And everyone thought Haaland and Mbappe. I really don't think it's close between them two. I think Haaland's in his own league. I really don't think it's close. I never have thought it's close. I thought Mbappe was good at PSG. But Haaland, I mean, the amount of goals he scores. No one's competing with their numbers. Unless, you know, Harry Kane in Bundesliga. But the age he is as well. No one's competing with him. Here's Oscar Bob. Ball forward here. Up towards Haaland. Haaland. Trying to get past Agbadou. Norway still in possession. Bob in the box. Right hand side. Odegaard now. Back out to Bob. Great flair from Oscar Bob there. And they want to throw in. Oscar Bob, of course, at Man City with Haaland before he made the move to Fulham. That's exactly what Haaland is all about. Quite old game, but if you give him that one chance, he'll take it, absolutely. And that's why he is world class. That's why he's the best striker in the world. Throw in Ivory Coast. Odegaard cannot believe it's been given against Norway. Mbappe, I think, is the better all-round player, but as an out-and-out goal scorer, no one comes close to Haaland. Yeah, I think I'd agree with that. Because in the match, of course, Mbappe offers you a little bit more in play, but then as soon as it comes anywhere near the box, it's Haaland. But to be fair, though, in this one, Haaland's done quite a lot of defending as well from the amount of set pieces Ivory Coast have had. Haaland's been really important there. Right, how many more minutes are we going to get added on here? That is the next big question of the game. But Haaland's through again. Haaland in the box. Shot wide. Unfortunately for the great Norwegian, he won't get a brace in this one. Not yet anyway. Right, how many more minutes? I think maybe 5? 7. 7 minutes added on here at the end of the second half. Here in Dallas. And 7 minutes left for Ivory Coast. They can do it, but they need to do it now. Cote on the far side finds Amad Diallo. Lack of movement, really poor passing, and it's straight back to Norway. Haaland. That was awful of the Ivory Coast. What are they doing? Berg. Back it goes as well. I mean, if anyone else is doing the World Cup fantasy, that really does help out, because surely everyone's got Haaland in their team now. I'd imagine everyone does. Wahi the target there for Ivory Coast, but Norway deal with the initial danger. Get that ball away. Diamande. He's determined to come up with some magic. Kona, ball in the box, is still alive, and away it goes. Just about Norway. Living life dangerously at the moment. Ivory Coast will look to get another ball in. Kessie, Sangare, out to Nakate. Diallo, quick feet. Nakate again, ball towards the back post, goes over everyone. And Norway get the free kick as a result. Oh, I didn't even have Haaland. I thought I put Haaland in. I don't think I confirmed the transfers, guys. That is gutting. Oh no. Same squad as last week then. I don't think I confirmed the transfers. Yeah, I definitely ended up putting Haaland in. But Didn't push save on the chances. Great. Oh, I'm not even fussed on the fantasy anyway. I missed it for the first 3 weeks because I just kept forgetting to update the team, and I've obviously forgot again. A double change here, I think it is, for the Ivory Coast. Their final change. Toure and Gisand coming on to save their World Cup from crashing down on them. Yandy Amande and Conan off. So a complete switch up on the left-hand side. Now or never. Final 4 minutes. Nyland sends that one long for Norway. Anywhere will do there for Ivory Coast at the back. Norway when I throw in high up the pitch. Let me know your thoughts in the chat. Are Ivory Coast going to do it? Or Norway going to hang on? Down it go there. I don't think having an either. I took him out for the France game. Didn't add him back in, to be fair. Oh, right. I've still got Harry Kane, who yeah, he did score the last game, didn't he, against Panama, so it's not too bad actually. I really should have had Haaland in for the group stage. That was a rocky mistake from me. Long ball forward there, up towards Wahi, but one back by Norway, and Oscar Bob still on the ball, fell on it, but able to continue. Sangare ready for a throw in here. Looking everywhere in the Norwegian bench for the ball. I think it's going to be Norway's day, but who knows, anything can happen in football, absolutely. All it takes is that one moment. Can you compose yourself for that one moment? Ivory Coast going for it now. Ahmad, his pass was poor, but he wins it back fairly. On the far side, ball in the box shirt. Flicked on towards the back post, cleared away by Norway. Still the threat lingers. And Ngare goes down, clear foul and clear free kick. Ivory Coast, central position here. Oscar Bob and Aya pushing Douay. It's all threatening to boil over here. Referee pushing Aya as well now. Haaland getting involved. Tempers are threatening to boil over here. It was Odegaard who just pushed Sangare to the floor. It's a clear foul, and Sangare goes up and squares up to Odegaard. So that's what Sangare does wrongly, really. So a free kick for Ivory Coast. Can you imagine if this one went in? Frank Kessie, the captain of the Ivory Coast, the captain of the Elephants, as they're known as. Can they shock the world here with a goal? Oh, Ahmad with the free kick instead. And Nyland with the save of his life. The power on it from Ahmad was going into the top left-hand corner. But a massive glove from Nyland tipped it over. Wow. And a corner then to the Ivory Coast. Is the keeper coming up? Or is that not long enough yet for that? Ahmad, in it goes from the corner. Flicked on. Away it goes by Norway. Oscar Bob wins a throw-in. And it looks like that might just be that last chance for the Ivory Coast. What a free kick, by the way, from Amad Diallo. I thought it was going to be Kessié, but it wasn't. It was Diallo to get his second of the game, and Nyland equal to it. Unbelievable save. 20 seconds left. Fofana on the ball with Ivory Coast. Sends it long. Ivory Coast battling. Now or never. It really is. Out to the far side they go. Big tackle goes in there. Cote. He wins a corner. Surely they go and put the keeper up now. Diallo will take it. Yep, keeper is up. Fofana's up. Now or never for the Ivory Coast. It has to be now to save their World Cup journey. Referee just sorting something out in the centre, which adds to the frustration. Ivory Coast need to hang on. Norway fans are begging they can hold on. Only one side can win. Fofana unmarked in the centre. Diallo, in it goes. Heads go up, back post. Still alive in here. Keeper staying up as well. Here's Douay. Back it goes. And that's it. Full time in the end. And Norway are going through to play Brazil. Incredible. Erling Haaland did in fact win it for them. At the very end as well. Heartbreak for Ivory Coast, who have competed so well during the tournament. But it's just not meant to be this year. In the end, Norway go rowing through past this stage of the round of 32 into the round of 16. They will be part of the 16 sides left at this year's competition. And with potential, that one is going to be an insane game. Brazil versus Norway. I'm so excited for that one. But Norway and Haaland and Co. And of course a brilliant opening goal by Nusa, who started the scoring. Levelled by Amad Diallo with probably goal of the tournament still. But then Haaland, right place, right time. It was always meant to be him. It was always going to be him. And he's knocked Ivory Coast out of the World Cup and sent Norway on their way through. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. I don't think anyone was really expecting Norway to do maybe this well at the World Cup. Qualifying campaign, absolutely ruthless. 8 wins out of 8. 37 goals. Haaland, I think 16 of them. And in the World Cup, Haaland keeps on scoring. And it even makes the World Cup Golden Boot race even more interesting. Let's quickly check in on that Golden Boot race. And Haaland's got his 5th World Cup goal. One behind Messi, but Messi hasn't played his next game, this round's game basically. And France's Mbappe's on 4. 2 behind Messi, 1 behind Haaland as well. Sherry says no one can stop Haaland. They can't. They can't. And Brazil, that is going to be a huge battle. Marquinhos and Gabriel versus Haaland. Gabriel and Haaland, that battle coming from Arsenal City in the Premier League to the world stage for next time out. Fair play Norway. What a performance from both sides. And it really is harsh. It was one of them games, it was always going to be so close. And in the end, somehow, Norway pull through in this one. And Brazil-Norway as our round of 16 tie. The first one that has been confirmed. That is going to be absolutely brilliant on the 5th of July. What date is the 5th of July? This Sunday. So we're definitely going to be live for that. This Sunday. And what time is it? 9 o'clock this Sunday. We will be live for that. 100%. Unless something crazy happens. But in New York, Brazil-Norway, that is going to be a blockbuster game. Actually, I lie. Canada-Morocco's already confirmed for the Saturday as well, the games as well. What a fascinating matchup that is going to be then. And commiserations to Ivory Coast, who won't be going any further at this year's competition, unfortunately. But for Norway, congratulations. They make it through to the last 16. Wow. Cannot wait for that game already. Haaland's Norway versus Ancelotti's Brazil. Who will prevail victorious there? To wait and see. But these Norwegian fans here in America have been absolutely sensational all tournament. And I'm glad we get to see more of them. Unlucky though, because Ivory Coast, what a great footballing nation they are. And heartbreak for them in the end. Right, there we have it, guys. I'm going to go get the quiz updated for the daily quiz because I haven't loaded it yet. And we're also going to set the stream up for France-Sweden. So we will be back at 5 minutes to 10 for the start of the live stream with kickoff at 10 for France-Sweden. We will be live for it. I hope to see you all there. Thanks once again for watching this one. And if you haven't gone on to enjoy it just before you end up leaving, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe as always. It goes a long way in supporting the channel, and drop notifications as well, and you'll be notified every time we go live for upload on the channel. Thanks once again, guys, and I'll see you later on for France versus Sweden. Take care, stay safe as always. Goodbye.